That's where it starts off. So you, so you have this elliptical shape. You have the nose that starts off, okay? And traditionally, the shading, or at least on the line, goes to the bottom. Here's these two shapes for the cheeks. Doesn't matter which direction you turn this character in, you always want to look for that indication. And here's the triangular part for the mouth. As it goes to the eyebrows up at the top, the other part, just doing the iris or the pupil in there like so. And that has that piece. Now, all this bends and changes, but for the beginning, that's exactly what you're trying to place in there. Everything is pretty well straightforward as it goes through. And then things can be creased, they can curve, you know, just kind of showing this, just round it off so you have the basic mechanical part of it laid out there nice and easy. They show the teeth, but they're just kind of separated there. Here's the cheek coming around. So then you start to adapt and put your own things. So, for example, this pupil doesn't show any iris or pupil. It's just one big shape they put in there, but it's always a good idea just to throw a little bit of a highlight in there just to give it a little more life to it, and builds that section up there. So it makes it nice and easy in the eyebrows. So again, it's just how you finesse the pencil, how you manipulate it, make it nice as you're putting that together. So I just have done this as a linear sketch mostly. So I'm just kind of having up on the bottom part of this to shade that as it goes up to the top, comes up that direction. So that's the initial piece. Once you have a light source attached to it, everything just starts to add to it. So now if I just keep it simple right on the nose, just looking for half that distance to shade that, so that becomes a little bit of the tone for the character. So hopefully you have some of this in your understanding of the hatch lines, the cross hatch lines, to build that up. I'm adding like a little chin down there, so that can be added to it. So you start to build these things to it and try to get as creative as you can with this part, even though it's just a beginning section. Okay? So it lets you get started that way. And again, if this lip wraps around, it's still pretty flat looking, but again, there may be a shadow cast on the upper lip. It's just a cartoon right now. And a little bit of a shadow from the upper lip onto the teeth. So you want to start to look for those types of things that change in there. Okay? So again, that's the first one, the beginning. And again, with these samples of different illustrations as they go through it, giving you this section. Here's a little bit more elaborate with the shading. And as we go in with the shading here, a little bit lighter. But again, this is the tone of a highlight, a quarter tone, half tone, base tone, reflected light, cast shadow, all those things that you'll see in any beginning drawing section as you go through. So take a look at your sketchbook, get a page that's free of anything, and give yourself a start. Try to anticipate the layout of it and what these characters are going to look like.